I've waited long enough. It's time for another rant.
Draper.
Okay, what the fuck has been happening to web communities lately? The forums and subreddits mass extinction is getting out of hand, and it's time for someone to address it. I need to know who's the one who suddenly decided to move everything over to services like Discord and Telegram, as if chats are even remotely close to a sensible way of storing content. Just please tell me, why the fuck does everything have to be a chat nowadays? This shit is everywhere. Internet communities, Kickstarter projects, gated content groups. I've seen it done for fucking product sales, dude. I can't go 2 videos without getting a Squarespace or a Shopify ad.
Just as you'll have a website at the end of an evening with Squarespace.
Meanwhile, these motherfuckers are selling their shit on Telegram groups like they're dealing LSD at house parties in Amsterdam. Like, what the Look, listen. Have you ever been excited to join some kind of community or internet thing? You go online, click on a Discord link and get this shit? Oh my god. Okay, maybe I have undiagnosed ADHD, but every time I look at this shit, my brain feels like it's After Effects trying to render out a camera lens blur at max settings. It's just stuck processing. I mean, just look at this. What the fuck are my eyes supposed to look at here? This is a welcome page and it's more crowded than a national holiday special Japanese menu. NANI? I hate this. I hate the sheer amount of visual noise this UI is constantly subjecting us to. In any given screen, there's something like 6 different font points and weights competing for relevance. Every section is littered with crap, from server GIFs to emojis to fucking animated reactions just constantly blinking and being obnoxious.
I blame Reddit for this crap, by the way.
I hate the useless amount of repeated information just to make things vaguely understandable. I hate the unders of weird characters scattered everywhere, from names to links to channels. And if you do this shit, I personally hate you too. Dude, I can't get mad already. Okay. Alright, let's go. Like, you guys remember topics? Useful, versatile, customizable, unobtrusive. Now we got channels. Horrid lists of vaguely worded things, spaced out by underscores and hideously adorned with emojis. Channels are used to fragment the conversation in more manageable chunks in the hopes of giving a Discord server with thousands of participants some sort of structure. Most communities sport a couple of general channels, just to add to the noise. Public latrines where you can go to just pollute community space with useless crap lost to the chatter in a couple of hours. And of course, with it being a chat, everything is jumbled together. There's usually something like 3 or 4 conversations happening at the same time. GIFs and emojis are flying back and forth. It feels like those birthday parties where you're seated too far from your friends and people are screaming across the room. If you zone out for like half a second, you can hear like 4 conversations happening at the same time.
Why is Delhi in news every winter?
IDJ, I don't know.
IIRC, they shut the grid down, so about 800 homes had no power.
LMAO.
Good.
YouTube is unbearable at the moment, with their gimmicky, useless features also switched to Revance too.
India capital. Pollution. Yeah, but good thing is you can revert to previous layout.
Why, especially in winter though? Delhi turns into a gas chamber every winter and is on the news.
Yep.
No offense, isn't Delhi always polluted?
Our own Chernobyl, none taken. Yep.
Man, I live in Hyderabad. It's so bad at some areas.
Hi mate, are you German?
Yeah, why? Yeah, for real, dude.
Do you mind if I DM you?
Go ahead.
Beef jerky. It's my first time trying it, by the way. It just tastes like bacon to me. It's not a particularly great taste though. It's okay.
And of course, all of this is happening because of the incentives given by the structure. The opportunity cost to write a message is basically 0. So if no one replies, it just becomes background noise and people move on with their life. Oh, and speaking of useless crap, the search feature is next to pointless. Since chats are a brainless means of storing information and archiving knowledge, the search function is nothing more than a common find on every chat log ever since the birth of the server. Bruh. You can't search by tags, there's no advanced algorithm that tries to match your search query with the closest threads around the topic. It's just a garbage dump of thousands of random bits of text that just happen to include the word you're looking for. Recently, threads were added as a feature to provide a semi-workable solution to this mess, and promptly ignored by a user base that is generally uninterested in maintaining a welcoming and uncluttered space. The baseline feeling of joining a server is like crashing a party of a tight-knit group of friends that wasn't expecting you and is mostly communicating with like insider lingo.
What are you guys? You guys must actually be. Oh God!
Oh, and if you're curious about the onboarding process, it's usually left to a couple of messages in a welcome server that try to get you up to speed by reading shit like this. I mean, this is state-of-the-art UX design here. And all of this is usually peppered with random bots and scam messages. Remember, Discord blew up during the absolute peak of NFTs and crypto fever dream. So almost every corner is littered with people giving you once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to bring home millions of dollars in a skibbity toilet-inspired crypto coin. Please make this stop. Look, listen. Most of the issues I've listed here are not entirely Discord's fault. The system wasn't supposed to be used this way. It was just supposed to be a hangout spot for nerdy guys. Their current feature looked more like add-ons that were duct taped onto the main framework to allow for these weird hybrids to grow. But the more they grow, the more outlandish they become. Like, Midjourney has famously launched their generative AI model as a Discord server, and now sports a ridiculously thrown together UI to allow their users to interact with their model through an instant messaging app. Oh God, there's 2 more minutes of this shit. I can do this. Look, I think it's fair to say you don't end up with entire channels like this because you have good built-in solutions. This only exists just to explain a single concept with an admin text message and locked off privacy settings to keep people from chatting. How the fuck did we end up here? And my point is that we used to understand how this shit worked and made dedicated forums or subreddits for it. Discussions used to be neatly organized in threads, replies were stacked progressively to make it easy for people to discern who's talking with who. There were actual UI sections that didn't have to be chats, so house rules and new features at dedicated screens that were not forced to fit in a chat message formatted with ASCII characters. The search bar had an actual purpose, allowing new users to find something in the vast catalog of discussion. What the fuck happened to all of this? And yes, I know, mods happened and ads and server costs and management issues and toxicity. I mean, just look at what happened with fandom. But the idea that these issues will be solved by moving to Discord is just naive. The place is just as riddled with power-tripping moderators and scam bots.
Hello, it's me.
And the only reason it's still free for millions of people to constantly use voice chat to broadcast their vocal secretions is because some venture capitalist somewhere is paying for it, hoping to flip it for a profit once Discord goes public with an IPO and random Joes buy their overpriced shares so he can offload past losses onto the public. It's an unsustainable model that has a very thin profit margin and an even shorter lifespan. And for some reason, thousands of communities are emigrating to it, wishfully hoping one day Discord stakeholders won't pop their head out and ask for their money to keep the ship afloat. Migrating thousands of users to the next platform is an issue for tomorrow. And you know what? Call me bitter, but when tomorrow comes, I'll be happy. Thank you. Hey people, thank you very much for tuning in. Here's a couple more design and brand focused videos you might like, and see you very soon with our biggest one yet.
Beef jerky.